Hey guys, I'm Stephanie, and this is Steph. And if you've ever thought about making cake pops at home and thought, that's just too hard, well, today I'm going to show you just how easy it is to make bakery style cake pops that are moist, delicious, and perfect for any celebration. So, let's get started. All right, first thing we need to do when we're making our cake pops, we need to make our cake. I'm going to be using my batter bowl here, and you can use any kind of box cake mix for this. I'm using a Devil's Food cake mix, and you can see I'm actually using the one from Aldi. And if you've ever tried, this one is really good, and it's not very expensive either. So we're going to make the cake mix exactly according to whatever your package directions are. Now for this particular one, it says for our cake mix, we're going to add 1 cup of water. Add half of a cup of vegetable oil. And again, if you have a different type of cake that you're doing, maybe you're doing a red velvet, maybe you're doing a lemon or a butter golden, you may have different ingredients, but again, follow the back of the cake box. All right, and then mine also says 3 eggs. I'm going to crack that separately, just always to be safe. So there's 1 egg. Use the box for a trash can. 2. Here's some good looking eggs. Look how pretty those big eggs are. If you can see them, they are beautiful. 3. Always crack them one at a time. Don't ever crack them directly into your mix. You can get a shell, you can get a bad egg. One at a time is always best. We don't want to damage anything. So we're just going to mix this together just like we would normally be making a boxed cake mix. And again, any flavor will work. This is more about the method than the cake mix here. Mix this together. According to my package directions, it says my cake is to be baked at 350 degrees. I'm going to be using 2 9-inch cake pans that I've already greased over here to the side. My oven is up to temperature. You don't have to mix this a whole lot, just till it comes together. That's why these cake mixes are super easy. You can just do them by hand, no special equipment. Pour these in. Again, I've already greased these pans. Get them as close to even as you need to. Because remember, we're not making layer cakes in here. These are going to turn into cake pops. So if one's a little larger, it'll be okay. If you're looking at my whisk, this is my Rado whisk. It's a flat whisk. I love it. It's really easy to use. If you're interested, I'll put a link in the description. Just even these out just a little bit. And then, like I said, our oven is up to temperature. I'm going to bake these according to my package directions. So for mine, it said 24 to 27 minutes. So I'm going to pop these in the oven and bake these. Start checking about the 24-minute mark, and we'll be right back. I've got my pizza stone still in there. All right, get those in. 24 minutes. All right, our timer's going off, so let me check our cakes. Woo, they look pretty. I definitely can smell them, so let's be sure that they are done. Insert in the center, comes out clean. Check the other one, perfectly clean. All right, I'm going to take these and put them on a wire rack just for a second so I can get them out. And close the oven up. Turn it off. All right, now this is where a very important part comes in. Immediately after we got these out, we're going to take these, and they're still very hot. We are not letting them cool. We are putting these straight into our mixer while they are hot. And I know you think, well, that's not what you're supposed to let them cool. No, this is going to be a key to our success. So you're going to need to make sure that you're holding on to these safely and not burning yourself, but you want to get these out of the pan immediately. I'll do one. And again, if they tear up, it does not matter because we are going to get these tore up. Anyway, so there's one. Get the second one out. Again, we are not letting these cool. Just kind of slice through. Get them in there. You round very carefully, not burn yourself. These pans will still be very hot. And again, I only stopped just a second so I can move the camera. You'll see this is exact real time. Now, in our stand mixer, you use your paddle attachment here. It's attached. And you can feel the steam coming off of the cakes. I'm going to kind of break these down just a tad. And then we're going to put this on, lock it in place, and we are going to mix this. And you can see in here, as we're mixing this, the heat and the steam, it's going to cause this to come together nicely. It's going to kind of crumble and start sticking, so that steam, and this bowl will be extremely hot, will be our friend here until it's just completely broken up. Just a crumbly mess. I'm going to do this as it cools off. It's going to take just about a minute or two, and then they're going to start sticking together. So I'm going to let this go for just about another minute or so and be right back. All right, this has been mixing for about 3 minutes, and at this point the bowl is much cooler, so it's cooled the cake, and you can see it's really kind of crumbly, sticking together. So I'm going to push this out. Get all that down so we don't lose any of that good chocolatey, fudgy goodness. Because remember, this was a devil's food cake that I was using for this. And like I said earlier, you can use any cake mix for this. Put this to the side real quick. Now, for our dough that we have, slide that over my little slide bar. We are going to take, and it should look approximately like this when you're finished. So when it comes together, it'll come together with a mushy mess. Nothing else needs to be added to it. Now, I'm going to be using a 2 tablespoon cookie scoop. Make sure you're using 2 tablespoons. Don't use larger. If you use a 3, it's going to flop and it won't hold up very well, and you won't get that just bite that you're looking for. So 2 tablespoons is kind of the perfect size. And I'm going to scoop these out. Now, you can even get like a cake pop maker that will do these perfectly. I find you can do little cookie scoops here. It will work just perfect. Kind of press it down. Then I've got over here a cookie sheet lined with my Smart Tape parchment, and I'm going to line these up on the cookie sheet as I get these pressed out. So I'm going to go through and line these up. I'll be right back. All right, I've got all of these rolled out and scooped, and I had 25 little cake pops. I'm just kind of going over with my fingers. You don't have to necessarily roll these with your hands, but I'm just kind of smoothing the tops, like if they had some little ridges there. We don't want them super tightly packed because then they'll get kind of just a little too dense for my personal preference. So I'm just kind of pressing these around to get a little smoother top on them. Then we're going to take these, and you can see they're already nice and cool, so you should feel when you're doing this yourself that at this point they will be cooled down significantly. We're going to take this and pop this into the freezer for these to firm up just a little bit more for about 15 minutes or so, or until they're nice and firm. So let's pop these in the freezer, and I'll be right back. All right, as we get ready to dip these, I'm going to take some chocolate chips. I'm using semi-sweet for the first round. And for every cup of chocolate chips, you're going to use 1 tablespoon of coconut oil so these melt nicely. Remember, depending on the temperature of your environment, the coconut oil may be a little bit more solid or a little bit more loose. So don't be concerned if yours is very loose, kind of like vegetable oil, or if it's completely solid, because it's just changes according to room temperature. All right. So I've got this in here. I'm going to do this in the microwave. You can do it over a double boiler, but to me it's just as easy to do this in the microwave. I'm going to do this over half power for 30-second intervals, stirring in between until it's completely melted. So I'm going to go get this in the microwave. All right, after our chocolate is melted, it's almost completely melted, so you don't have to get it absolutely. Just continue stirring it, and the heat from the chocolate will continue to melt it. You want it nice and liquid. It is too hot to go ahead and dip at this point. However, what we do want to do is take our lollipop sticks here, and I'm going to dip the end of my stick just a little bit into the chocolate, and then put this into the cake pop just to where the chocolate is. What this is going to do, this is going to be sure that our cake pop stays on here nice and firm and it doesn't slide off when we dip it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place the chocolate into here and dip these into the bottom. This will allow our chocolate time to cool off also. So I'm going to go ahead and do this, and then I'll be right back. All right, I got all of our cake pops back out of the freezer, and you can see the chocolate has nicely set up on the cake pop stick. So I'm going to take a cake pop. This is the easy part. Like it in here, and we are going to dip it into the chocolate. Just kind of even this close to the stick area. Just wait just a little minute. Kind of give it a little tap, tap, tap. Allow some of the chocolate to drip off, and you get that perfect cake round ball. Then, got a little cake pops in here. Because it's 4th of July, I've got some more 4th of July sprinkles. I'm just going to sprinkle these over the top. Nice. Now you can leave these plain, but they're just as pretty sprinkled. Look how gorgeous that is, and super easy. Now I'm going to put this into my little cake pop stand for it to dry. Then I'm going to dip all the rest of them, and I'll be right back. I'm Stephanie, and this has been Steph Stove, where today we made these super easy cake pops. Now, if you enjoyed the recipe, I would love for you to give us a thumbs up and click on the subscribe button so you can get more great content like this. And don't forget to click that notification bell as well. Now, this is an easy recipe, and I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. What's your favorite flavor to do for a cake pop? How do you like to decorate it? Do you use sprinkles, or do you just do a drizzle of an alternate chocolate flavor across the top? Either way, they're all delicious, and they're perfect for celebrations like America 250 coming up this weekend. They're just a fun and easy way to elevate a cake and a snack, and just yummy. So let's see. I want this one. Look at that. Look how pretty and fun that is. Who doesn't love this? So let's go in and take a bite. Look at that. Fudgy. I'm sure I have that chocolate all over my mouth and my teeth. But it is just delicious. And look how fun that is. So remember, give us a thumbs up. Click that subscribe button for more great content like this. Steph Stove, we're making memories. I got chocolate in my teeth. One dish at a time. Remember, happy birthday, America. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.